action. Hi everybody.
Kamsahamnida.
We no go rest.
Carry go.
We will not rest. So she does not have the Korean here today. So
Yeah, actually.
welcome back to the adulting call. You see, we try. It's not 8 months later.
It's only like 2 months.
I'm not rich now.
It's not 2 months. Oh, okay. I think good.
No, I don't think so. No.
Yes.
Well, it's not up to. So welcome back. Thank you for clicking this video. Thank you for sharing it in advance.
And liking it.
Yes, and commenting.
And subscribing.
And all those.
Thanks. Yeah,
all
it's another
those
thing.
So, quick one, life update. How far? How is life?
Yeah, we are lifing. We are pushing through.
Yeah.
Not much has changed since the last video. I changed my hair. Yay.
That's when someone is like, so, how are you? How have things been? I say,
Nothing has changed.
it does.
Nothing has changed.
It does. It's normal. So yes, today's episode is. I don't even remember. Anyway, there's more to life than billing. That's it. Yes. There's more to life than billing. So, quick one. The other day, it was a Sunday. We went to church. And after that, we went to get food. We went to eat because now food in there, see. So we went to buy food. We just sat down there and ate. Then now went to the supermarket. Another thing where you're paying the bills, you're already tired. I think it's making you angry. Because you're like,
And then the supermarket is nice scam.
ha! These all these girls saw one tissue paper. She said, let's buy this. Instead of us to just pick the regular tissue paper that we used to buy.
Wait.
She now saw one tissue paper that had dog on it.
You sure cannot say the amount.
I can't say it, no. I can't say it.
But the point, no. But the point is that
They had the wrong price,
price
exactly.
on the
So you know that thing where,
part of their scamish behavior.
yes, it was when we were in the car that I was looking at the receipt. I'm like, see, if you're a supermarket, please.
Try to be honest.
But Nigerian supermarkets have that problem. Either there's that issue or there's no price at all. So you go and then you're like calculating. Because there's one time I tried to like be calculating as I'm picking, but then before you know it, you just go and pick one biscuit, go and pick one something. Your bill has gone to, you're just like. So yes, the other thing, because there's one time I posted on my status that if your parents were ever, I think, upset after like paying bills or buying stuff, I understand them now.
Yeah, you know how they when they get angry for no good reason.
It's really because they just paid bills. Actually, they probably just paid bills and that like stretch the money that they are. You know, there are times when you're paying bills and that's like towards the beginning when you have like all your money at once, and then there's like towards the end of the month when salary hasn't been paid and you've
Or not
money.
even salary. Let's even assume they're not salary earners, but then money is low. But you still have to buy things.
And then you will be there eating like there's no tomorrow.
But yes, there's more to life than billing.
Yes, because at the end of the day, what we wanted to talk about is how like sometimes you end up getting stuck in this circle of, oh, I'm leaving to just pay bills. And life becomes so frustrating. Like,
But that is, see, no shade to all you people planning to japa, but in Nigeria it's bad, yes. But if you think about it in the context of like Western society, it's even worse. Like, not everybody is a tech bro abroad that is able to make 6 figures that cover for bills and everything, right? And the system,
paycheck.
you get, so it's literally paycheck to paycheck. And so at the end of the day, so now imagine like, okay, so I'll use myself as an example because I feel in some ways like I spend a significant amount of the money I earn on paying bills. So if it's not electricity bills, thankfully we don't pay water bill because we have a borehole and everything. But then in terms of like other bills, right? So you're buying food, you're paying for electricity. In Nigeria, you're buying fuel for the generator, you're buying water, you're just doing, when I say water, I mean like drinking water, so you don't be like, say I'm telling stories.
When there's no lights and we cannot pump water and it happens for like days,
Yeah, you
that
now
means
have to buy water. I don't even know if the buying is as bad as the carrying water.
Yeah,
around.
it's very cheap, but then yeah.
So like when you now think about like living abroad, right? And then if let's say you're earning $200 in a week and then by the time you pay all your bills, you're only left with $20, you're going to be forced into the credit system, right? Because at the end of the day, it's not H&M clothes. $30 they're selling one pair of shoes. So the money is gone, you get. So at the end of the day, you're having to now spend money, or rather spend money you don't have.
And then it's still going to be a circle of billing because
So now they
that
are
money.
covering the whole credit. And
Yeah.
fam, there actually is more to life than paying bills.
The Nigerian version of the story is you know that thing where people have their money has finished by the time salary has entered because they borrowed money from before, and so once the salary enter, I was owing this person 120k, I was owing this person 110k. The ones that you will not pay back, those ones there also. Maybe you some people last year. She's always
But so as you were saying, as you were announcing the title of the title of the topic,
topic of the
topic. As you were announcing the topic, I was now thinking about like there's more to life than billing. I'm going to throw shade actually. There is more to life than billing people's sons.
Oh! Preach, sister! Preach, sister!
Sorry, I just had to. That was what came to my mind as she said it, because initially we already agreed on going to talk about the fact that you need to spend.
You didn't have to.
You need to spend.
We could have gone through this, encourage people. I'm gonna away. Go and eat potato and egg. But no.
Egg. Hegemony.
But sorry.
See, we are Yoruba, so we are allowed to do it.
I promise, I literally think every black person has it in them to have the H factor.
Actually, well,
Even black Americans sometimes.
yeah, well,
it's
just
just
descendants of Yoruba.
edit. Anywho's, there's more
Back
to
to
life
what
than
you
billing
said.
people's sons. Please continue.
Okay, so here's the thing. And then, like, I don't want to sound like a person that is always bashing females. Because the other day I posted something. But yes, there's more to life than billing people's sons. Like, at the end of the day, right, I think, and I hate that narrative so much. I remember there was a day that I was having a conversation. Please forgive me if it sounds like my thoughts are all over the place. Don't worry, everything will come back together. But I was having a conversation with some people, and then multiple people actually have heard say this at other times, that being a female is easy for you because you can get anything you want. So like as a female, you can post on your status or your story or anywhere that people who like you are seeing your post, and then you say something like, oh, I want to eat Chinese, or oh, I want to buy this, and then before you know what's happening, you have guys in your DM and you can get whatever it is that you want.
I guess the problem with that thing is now you can't just state something without somebody thinking that, oh, this is
what
for you too.
No, I promise you, like there are times when I posted, oh, I want to eat cake, I will go and buy. To be honest with you, I'm planning to buy the cake for myself, or I'm just lazy to go get the cake. So this is more me speaking from the place of, I wish the cake would just come to my house and then I pay for it. You get that kind of thing.
Like there was a time when I was like, oh, I want cake, and then I now posted that my best friend got me cake, and I posted the picture. I went to bake the cake.
Yeah.
Please.
So, but at the end of the day, right, like some people have literally turned their whole existence into depending on somebody else for their financial stability, and then so when they now finally decide that they want to settle, they now want to they now decide that they want to settle down with somebody's son, and then
Or
they
not
are
settle
now or not, but then they are now looking at the marriage process.
I don't know, they're hanging around.
No, they are even looking at it as financial emancipation program.
And even relationships safe. You don't
yes,
have
even
marriage.
relationship for the people that are in relationships and their only job is to be
Not all the rest.
It's not that saying that one. You people will not say that joy is dragging anybody now.
Nobody says they're dragging.
Okay, cool.
Mm-hmm.
But like, yeah, there's more to. I think what is even coming to my mind now is there's more to life than living for money. So whether it is you being billed or you billing someone else, there is more to your existence than the focus on money. Because if it's not that you're looking for who to spend the money on you, you're spending the money on someone. Dear people's sons also, there's more to life than spending money on somebody's daughter. If you like, don't go and look for a person with. I'm gonna stop right there, but you get what I'm trying to say. don't get so stuck on, and I think that's the problem that especially in our own generation, like our parents' generation was a bit easier because they were not chasing money as much as we are.
That's why they always drag us.
And when I say chasing money, I'm not even talking about people that are greedy. You need money to exist these days. You need money to go through the basic motions of life. Whatever conversations we are talking here, we're not talking about like, oh, balling, spending money on. We're talking about rice, bread, the basic stuff that you need to go through life. You get? And so we find ourselves in a position where we are being forced to work harder for less money. Right? And so we now get stuck in this rat race. And so I think the whole idea of like what is just coming to my mind at the end of the day is there's more to life than money. And so when you're looking at, oh, what do I want to do with life? I will not like me say if I'm guilty of this. There are things I know I want to do, but then when I think about the fact that I need money to do them, I'm like, okay, we'll put that on hold. And money I define right now. There was a time when I used to tell people that I cannot marry a husband because I don't have money to marry a husband. So there are things I would want to do. Don't say I find person and I tell him I don't marry him because of money.
Oh shit!
If you don't, you're not a pigeon. It's not that I found someone who's just sometimes.
Hey, you see that edit this video.
Anyway, let's see.
You now come and put those shoes.
Anyways, so yes, it's like that whole we're going after all these things. We want to do things, but we can't do them because we need money, and so we put our dreams on hold because we're.
You know how much a consulting license?
You understand? I would love to be doing coaching. $2,000. Yeah, I'm gonna hold that off. So it's like you now, before you know what's happening, like you're losing track of who you are, what you want to do with your life, because everything that you're doing is for money to pay bills, to survive, to pay bills,
and
to
then
when
you're even trying to save the money, right? Your mind is so much on, oh, my savings are not moving. Sometimes you have to even touch the savings, and that thing where you're always in this, you're never at rest. Like your mind is always, you're always it's a stressful situation, right? But at the end of the day, I think that's why now it has to go back to you having a purpose. Because I was talking, I think it was we have this guy, he's a cab driver and stuff. So the thing about Nigeria is that the way the society is now and the way the politicians are doing, they act as if people don't have individual dreams and aspirations. And so you live every day just trying to survive, pay that bill, make it till tomorrow without owing anybody, or if you owe somebody, paying them back. You don't realize that these are people who want to achieve something in life. They want to be more than,
and that goes for employers also. That goes for employers also, because I mean, let's even say the government doesn't even care about, like, the government is not thinking about this person. But then when you think about employers,
not only are they taking all your time, so because you know the thing is like, okay, if you can't pay somebody as much, right, give them time to do other things with their life. You won't give them time, you won't give them the money, and you know time is money. So what do you actually expect? And you are the one fulfilling your dream. They're using people to
achieve your own dream. Like, it's so ironic.
Send this to your boss.
Yeah. So at the end of the day, right, it now becomes this whole back and forth where you're just going through the motions. And like she said, purpose is really important, because at the end of the day, myself, as I'm saying it, I'm probably saying this to myself, is the fact that you have to be willing to, and it's very uncomfortable to not have money. It's so uncomfortable. So like, you know those people who are like, they will go and they will buy themselves a fancy lunch with their last 1K, 1,000 in their account.
I cannot be a slave to the capitalist society. I cannot live to just pay bills. I will make sure that money, I will feed myself with nice Chinese food.
Me? Absolutely not. I would rather not. And maybe that's
her problem actually. Because they say, when she was in Nigeria alone, when she was like me and my mother, like, when was the last time you bought clothes for yourself? This girl will be doing like, and I understand I understand it, but there's one we will never quite agree on that one. Like I get where you're coming from, right? But at the end of the day, that money is still going to go somewhere. So there are two things about it, right? Either let's say you have 100K. This is in naira. Our exchange is very bad, so that's not plenty money. Okay, you have 100K and your bills are like 50, 60, that's 70 plus your transport, right? So let's say you have like this 30K, and maybe when you go out, right, you might end up using the money for like an unplanned expense,
like
right?
medication. Medicine is expensive.
Too. But you have the option of one day, I'm gonna buy shawarma and I'm not going to think about where. So sometimes we're overthinking things, right? So in our head, like, this is the only money that I will have for this month, and we're not thinking that God feeds us, do something. Do you get? So you're like, you've already planned for that 25th, the thing you need to do on the 25th. And so delayed gratification is a thing. No, please, I'm not saying you can't be back, put you back, because no. But at the same time, right, you're going to get so exhausted if maybe once in a while you don't do something to just change we talked about this last time, like change your routine, right? So it might not necessarily be that you go and spend money on something, maybe go somewhere else and then buy a shawarma. But again, as I said, I cannot be a slave to the capitalist society, right? Because for how long? That's you still not good.
Well, I mean, enjoy yourself within the confines. So, listen, I don't know. At the end of the day, I think for everybody the balance is different, right? So, what it would look like for her in terms of living a life that's not all about billing is different from what it would look like for me living a life that is not all about billing, right? And so the most important thing is now finding that balance so that you don't turn yourself into a bill offsetting person, that everything you're doing is for the sake of, so that you're not owing money or that kind of thing, like also that what I'm trying to say in essence, right, is that whatever you're doing, you shouldn't just become a robot or a machine that's just going through the motions, and
I don't want to
for
go
a
through
fact,
the motion.
I promise you, if they copy that.
I'm literally your band today. Wicked is in the booch.
Please come take her. Please come get her. Thank you. So you
I want to call him. Come, Lord Jesus, come.
So yes, you don't want to be that robot that is just going through the motions
I'm
consistently.
not a robot.
I promise I'm done. It's okay. Fine. The end of episode.
Okay,
balance it.
Sorry.
So yes, you don't want to be that person that's just going through the motions, and you also don't want to be that person that's just looking to chop life all the time.
Close.
Because people who are like that, if you don't find the balance for it, you will now become the category of people who are always billing people. Because truth be told, if you want to consistently chop life and you know that your earnings are not chop life earnings, you are literally going to now start depending on other people. Which is not nice. It's not nice. I mean, if the person is your husband, legally married husband.
Or your mommy.
So,
the other day I asked my mommy. I asked my mommy for money for cake.
Well, it's not the same, but that's not what I mean by chop life. When I'm talking chop life, I'm talking like people who are going to Dubai for the weekend. I'm talking people who want to use expensive things on a 100.
I think chop life should just be
on a 200K salary. You now want to be using expensive things.
Really wigs.
For example, wigs.
What was the last book you bought?
And then it's not even a problem if you say that okay, you're saving out of your salary, you're removing 50K, and then by the end of the year you're now going to buy that 500K wig. That's a different thing. You're now going to be looking for somebody.
Hello, Alaji.
Like you get so because the result, it just shows just a very, and yes, we live in a very capitalist world and everything, but it's really important to not be carried away by that whole materialistic outlook on life, which is easier said than done because we've already shared our experiences. We're also going through the process where every time you open your bank app, it's because you're sending more money to pay one thing, to pay the other. You know that thing where you sit down and then you have to make 5 transactions.
Yes.
And then by the time you look at your account, you're like,
no, my one is
so well, we thank God we have the money.
when money enters the account, you spend it to the different accounts.
That one is still okay because you know it's like we are spending the money. But when you now finally start on that account,
it's okay until you go to the supermarket and you need, like, you have a bulk payment here. You're like, just my money is in.
You're just like, okay,
yeah.
all right. But at the end of the day, right, I think it's part of, because I was just having a conversation with someone and he was like, oh, and he wanted to buy something. It's like when they'll be able to buy it, that kind of thing. And I was like, in all honesty, yeah, if we look at it on the flip side, yes, it's annoying and everything, but then there's something that going through this stage of life teaches us is how to be content. 1, 2, it's how, like she mentioned, delayed gratification, how you're able to discipline yourself that I cannot spend like this right now.
There will come a time to realize that some of those things weren't even that
important, right? So at the end of the day, if you're not sleeping hungry, and there's some people, they'll say they're sleeping hungry because they're not eating what they want to eat.
Okay.
But like, you're actually not hungry. Like, if you're hungry now, that's a different story entirely, right? And may God help you in that situation that you're in. But for the most part, a lot of times I think when we look at how we want to spend, we're always looking at it from, like I said, want to, not how we need to spend. Because at the end of the day, I know that it's bill, left, right, center, but that's I've never want to talk with you.
And sometimes, right, because like end of July, I made very bad financial decision.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Crazy market cost.
Okay, I think I remember. End of July.
It was end of July. Or end of June. No, it was end of July. This is August. Yeah, it was end of July. Then I said I'm not getting myself to it in August straight. When was end of July? I think it was end of July. I mean, when did we go recycling? Wasn't that this month? Or was it last month?
It was last
month. That means it was end of June. That means it was end of June.
It seems further than... Yeah, exactly. It seems further than...
Right.
It was end of July.
So obviously, it's important. Yes, life is not all about bills, but please keep money for your bills.
Yes, so
that
not chase you out of the house.
So that at least it was not such a bad financial decision.
Oh no, excuse me.
No, they would have done deliverance for me, right?
Sammy go report her to her parents.
But you know that thing where you yourself know it's like, really? Good. But anyway, goes back to now this whole thing on purpose, right? If you are not living for anything beyond just like your 9 to 5, your life is going to be very sad, right? And so there are two things, right?
To push through this.
Yeah, there's the like your long-term goals and everything. So sometimes like all this billing you're doing is because you're trying to get somewhere, but sometimes you, as you said, you get lost in it, meaning that okay, I want to become a consultant and I'm trying to save money for it, but then all my money is going into bills. So I'm working, I'm not even getting progress to where I want to be and to become what I want, right? So I'm trusting God for some random breakthrough where someone just squeeze $5,000 in my hands.
But you know, maybe sometimes that's where, imagine now the situation, sorry to cut you, the situation where now people have to now like quit their, you have to now make the decision.
Exactly.
To start.
Exactly. You get,
just.
So there's that one, and then there's also now so you're living, you have something you're trying to work towards. Yeah. But even in the midst, there are some times in life when it seems like I don't even know what I'm doing, right? But then in the midst of that, what are you doing in terms of, okay, are you serving? Is there something, it's even as simple as, is this a time, read your Bible and pray? Do you understand? Investing in your spiritual life, Christian, investing in something, right? I'm not saying you always have to be doing something, but at the end of the day,
be doing something, no.
No, you can't be like join department in church. It's not every time that you need to be joining department.
No. What I was going to say is like you have to be doing, like she said, investing in something.
Doing
So
something, yeah.
if you know that you want to become a coach, for example, even if you cannot do courses, because I know they shout do course, just be reading articles.
Yeah.
Just
like
keep
something
yourself
that's
engaged.
making life more than just because, especially if you're in a job that has nothing to do with what you want to do in life.
Yeah.
Then obviously you need to be doing something that is just what's going. Life is going to be pretty pointless. Like,
and at some point you might actually have to like get out of
exactly
that
another
safety
thing.
net that is
Yeah, so you're in that job to pay bills, right? But it's stopping you from getting to where you need to be.
And even the bills that you're paying, the grace of God, they carry you to the paying of bills.
So it reach a point where you're like, what am
yeah.
it's not achieving what it needs to achieve, so you might need to move. Because I have a friend, like, another thing where sometimes you feel restless, you just feel uncomfortable, and I think it was a sermon or something when the preacher was saying that sometimes when that happens, it's probably it's time for you to shift, it's time for you to move to the next thing, right? So if you're in your workplace, honestly, I'm not doing anything.
You're not impacting anybody's life.
You're not doing anything. Why are you there, right? Because for how long are you going to live your life just to get by? We were made to more. You know we were made to more than just survive. We were made to thrive. But on a serious note, right? What's your calling in life? What's your purpose in life? When they say purpose, they know what they're talking about.
I promise.
They actually know what they're talking about because that's actually what keeps you going, right? Mm-hmm. So that even if, okay, you're in a season of life where honestly you're just paying bills, but even in the midst of that paying bills, maybe you're doing something in church that is fulfilling, right? Because you cannot come Monday to Fridays, some people Saturdays, they are working, go to church, with the grace, go back home, go and wash your clothes. Monday again, start again.
Like I've been shouting this thing out, like as soon as I get into the house on any day of the week, I'm thinking about what I'm going to wear the next day. I'm like, what is this? What kind of life is this?
There's more to life than what to wear.
Because it's not like I'm thinking, oh, how have I made an impact today? Like,
yeah.
I better go.
Yeah.
Please.
So like if that's like how the entirety of life, and for you like it's a period, right? Because I mean now Nigeria because I'm guessing with most employments. So that's like there's a reason for it because okay you're doing NYC so that in case you ever enter politics, let's use that as
not be like the Baba Finance.
And that's you're just looking at them like
I don't hear that story, Taya.
right? So okay, you can even still attach a purpose to it, right? But if, for example, you
do that for like 5 years.
Yeah, and this even applies to you're in a job and you're making good money.
Yes, there's that.
But that's not where you're meant to be. So yes, you're going to be bringing out the cash is there. And then, okay, so you are a tech bro, Texas. So you don't work from Monday to Friday. You work Monday, Wednesday, Friday. You go out on Saturday. Repeat the same thing.
And we're not saying that not that you not have a routine, like just be started no. But then
what's
you
your
know where the
routine?
monotony of it is just because, and then you know when it is because that is what is required of you. So
yes,
balance in life.
Exactly. Just because you're struggling that's not the sign of whether even if you're doing well, right? There's still more to life than that. There's more to life than so if for example for some people, right, it's that job that is the fulfilling of their purpose and everything. So you might be rolling in that cash and you're using it for something useful. You'll definitely feel fulfilled. Unlike somebody who will be making all that money and then
is that you? Is you that?
So what are you living for?
And on this note, oh, should you tell me? It's not doing well. It's you. Bye. Thank you very much for watching.
Thank you. Don't forget to subscribe,
Like,
share,
comment,
and all those things.
yes.
We're wearing good.
I can't favor for you. Hey.
We like say we should come and send this video to God and tell them sponsor us.
Actually,
The last video I was wearing curd.
actually.
The next one I'll wear curd.
I'm going to wear the next one.
Hi. Anyway, bye. Thank you for watching and
Thanks.
do take care. And we should actually post maybe next week, Sunday, so that it can be before Monday. So that when people are going to work, people are going to work.
Oh.
It'll be like motivational.
Yeah, because we're not going to be able to post it today.
Yeah, because we want to edit it nice. So yes. Hope you have a purposeful week. And yeah, take care. Bye. I feel like I talked so much.